School. We are learning Science, Chapter 11, Human and the Colorful World. Now, here we have started with the defect of vision and their correction. Now, as what I told you, that there are three defects of vision. We started with the first one, myopia. What is myopia? Is also known as nearsightedness. Nearsightedness, and this is how you have to remember. N in the alphabet, if you see, after M, N comes. So this is how you remember. Myopia means nearsightedness. Nearsighted means you can see near objects clearly, but you cannot see far object distinctly. What does that mean? You can see near things properly. Means your lens, your lens will become what? Is what I told you. Your lens will become, let me draw it. Okay, so your lens will become thick only. It does not become thin as per the requirement. So this is your lens. Your lens will become thick only. So whenever the parallel rays used to come, okay, they meet on retina. When you try to see near objects, right? When you try to see near objects, okay. So how your lens will become? Your lens will become thick. Okay. But what about when you try to see far objects, right? When you try to see far objects, so okay, so when you try to see far objects, what happens is, this is your lens. It is supposed to become like this, but it will not become like this. Okay, it will remain thick only, right? It does not become thin as per the requirement. So in order to see far things, your lens has to become thin, but it will not become like that. So, right, when a parallel rays used to come, the light will meet in front of retina because the focal length is less. That is the reason it will not meet on retina, so you cannot see properly, right? You will see, but it is blur image. So most of the students studying or have classes, right, in our standard, they all have myopia defect. What defect they have? Myopia. They all cannot see. For example, if I have asked them to see without glasses on the whiteboard, they won't be able to see what I'm writing on the board. Yes, they will see in the book. They can see easily in the book, but they cannot see on the board. This defect is called myopia, okay, which we have already discussed. So what are the two reasons I told you, right? That excessive curvature of the eyeball. What did I say? Excessive curvature of the eyeball. Can you see here? What is the excessive curvature? The lens will become thick only. It does not become thin as per the requirement. So in order to see far things, your lens has to become thin. And the second is elongation of an eyeball. Eyeball elongate means what? For example, in this case only, your eyeball will become like this, right? So your eyeball will elongate. Elongate means it will become in a shape of an egg, like this. So what happens is, your lens will work properly, but your screen, if you see here, your screen will become far. Right now your screen was here, but then, right, it move little far, so the ray will meet in front of retina only. Okay, right. Now let's see the next one. So in myopia, again I'll quickly reframe. Myopia, nearsightedness. A person can see near objects clearly, cannot see far objects. um, for that person, the farthest point is not infinity, but it should be near than that. There are two reasons: excessive curvature of the eye lens, elongation of an eyeball. And in order to correct it, what lens do we use? We use concave lens, because concave lens increases the focal length. It is a divergent lens. The same happened with the opposite sense. In hypermetropia, what happened? In hypermetropia, what happened? A person can see, hypermetropia means farsightedness. Farsightedness means a person can see far objects clearly, but cannot see near object distinctly. Okay. So what is the nearest distance a person can see? 25 centimeter. But for this person, the nearest distance is not 25 centimeter. It is much beyond 25 centimeter. So for such person, if that person wants to read a book, he have to put that book little far from the eyes. Then the person can read. Right? Now, what happened exactly in this one? I'll tell you. See. So let's say this is your eye. This is your lens. Now in this one is what I said. The lens does not become thin as per the line does not become thick as per the requirement. Right? So let's say the person is seeing the far objects. Okay, the person is seeing the far objects. So definitely when they see the far objects, the light easily fall on the retina. Right? So far objects, okay, and it will become thin. But what if the person wants to see near objects? Okay, what if the person wants to see near objects? So let's say a person wants to see near objects, and this is your lens. Okay, this is your lens, and when you try to see the near objects, so near objects we draw the ray like this, because it anyways coming like this. So they don't meet in front of retina, they meet behind the retina. Why like this? Because the lens does not become thick. The lens does not become thick as per the requirement. So here near objects, right, lens does not become thick. Right, it does not become thick. So that's what you need to understand. So over there what happened? The light meet in front of retina. Here the light will meet behind the retina. So anyways a person can see, but the image is not clear, it is blur. Okay. See the first, right, a near point of an hypermetropic eye. Right, now what happened is, in a hypermetropic eye, a person can see that was a normal eye. The first one, A, is a normal eye. The second one, hypermetropic eye, it will meet behind the retina. So in order to correct it, what you are going to do? We are going to put a convex lens. Yes. So what a convex lens? It is a converging lens, so it will reduce the focal length. Are you getting me? So convex lens we put, right, so that a person can see properly, but a convex lens of appropriate power. Now there are two reasons. First, the focal length of an eyeball is too long, as what I said. the lens will become thick only. It does not become thin as per the requirement. And second case is the eyeball becomes too short. So what happens is here your eyeball will become like this, like this. Okay, let me show you here. Like this. Over there your eyeball will become oval shape. Here also oval shape, but the screen will come little near. Can you see? The screen is here, right? The screen is here. Now it moved to here. So the lens will do its work properly, but the light will meet behind the retina. Okay, that is what you say. The eyeball become too short. Okay, because of excessive stress you give. Somebody says, why does it happen? It's because of excessive stress. You keep on working on small objects. Like if you are doing a small thread kind of work, or if you are dealing in a jewelry of very small designs, right? In diamond industry, if you are working, such small things where you have to work whole day looking at the small objects very closely, at that moment it can happen. Okay. Now let's see the last defect. Last defect is what? It comes with an age, right? It usually comes with an age. The power of accommodation usually decreasing with age. So it's like if you talk about your grandparents, right? So in your grandparents, they cannot see near object also clearly. They cannot see far objects also clearly. They can see, but they cannot see clearly properly. Again, I repeat, this comes with aging. They cannot see near objects also clearly. They cannot see far objects also clearly. Now, why does this happen? See, our lens and our ciliary muscles are working throughout our life. It may be 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever years. So during this course of time, even that get weak, right? For example, if a child of 5 years or 10 years, and the person with 40 years, if they have a race with each other, who do you think can win, right? The one, or who will get more exhausted? The person with 40 years age. Why? The muscles, even though it has developed, but the energy level has decreases, right? It is exhausted. The same thing happen. Our eye lens and the ciliary muscle will become weak as the course of life. So this defect, if happens, can you see here? It arises, if you see here, it arises because weakening of the ciliary muscles and diminishing flexibility. So eye lens become less flexible and the ciliary muscle will become weak. Because of this reason, the person will have both the defect, near and far, myopia and hypermetropia, both. That's why we call presbyopia. Now, what kind of lens do you put here? So here you have to put two lenses? No, we don't put two lenses. What you will put it? You must have seen in some glasses like this, right? If you have seen in some glasses that they have a curve here. Can you see here curve? So this will see near objects. Okay, and a person want to see a near object, they will see from here. And a person want to see far objects, they will see from here. So this lens is called bifocal lens. What kind of lens it is? Bifocal lens. So it has concave and convex both. So this is convex and this is concave. That is called bifocal lens. Okay. So in order, presbyopia people you must have. Now can you see some of the teacher or any goldsmith or your grandparent used to wear such things. Okay. Can you see? It is already, I have highlighted, bifocal lens, both convex and concave. The upper portion is concave lens and the lower portion is convex lens. These days, it is possible to correct this defect with the contact lens also or with the surgical interventions. Okay. Fine. Now the next topic we are going to see was the reflection of light through prism. Okay. That we are going to see the next. Yeah. Okay, guys, till then, bye, take care. I'll see you in the next session.